Hi Aquarius, welcome. Thanks for tuning into my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. You are watching a general love reading for the sign of Aquarius for this coming week in August. Today is Monday, August 3rd. So Aquarius, this is a general love reading, and that means that it can apply to just about anything in your life, relationships or otherwise. I also want to remind you to be flexible with the energy. You may feel like I'm reading for you. You might feel like you're cross-watching. Parts of the reading may resonate for you and other parts may not. Take what does and leave what doesn't. My hope is that by the time you finish watching this, not only did you enjoy the reading, but hopefully you feel like it was helpful and or beneficial to you in some way, shape, or form. That's my intention, Aquarius. So we'll get started here after a couple more shuffles. If you're brand new or unfamiliar with my channel, first of all, welcome. Thanks for giving me an opportunity to read for you. I hope that the reading resonates, and I hope that you stick around, and I hope that you watch more. This is Carmilla. She's a green-cheeked conure, my son's bird. She's hanging out for your reading today. Returning viewers, thank you so much for coming back and watching more of my videos. I appreciate your support tremendously. Okay, Aquarius, without further ado, by the way, I don't even know if I said this already. If you do need more information regarding my readings in my channel, check out the description box below. Okay, so let's give this first deck one more shuffle and a cut, and then we'll see what's up for Aquarius for this coming week in August. Here we go, Aquarius. We're going to start off with Seven of Swords in reverse, paired with the Five of Wands in reverse. Five of Cups in reverse, Four of Cups, the Lovers in reverse, the Fool in reverse, Ten of Swords, and then we have the Magician. So Aquarius, I feel like you could have on your mind a situation that you want to make right. Maybe you've been in conflict with somebody. Maybe you've been fighting. Maybe there's a disagreement. I feel like at this point in time, you might be feeling like it's time to make things right. Maybe it's gone on too long. I feel like there's a need for recovery. Possibly it's something you've ignored for a while. But you may be unsure how to do this, what steps to take. You may be feeling overly cautious about your next move. Maybe you've tried to make things right in the past and it hasn't worked. Let's get some more cards out here, Aquarius, and see what else we get. So we have the Hierophant in reverse, Two of Wands, the World, Six of Swords in reverse, King of Wands, Ace of Cups in reverse, Judgment, and then we have the Moon in reverse. So the King of Wands is the person I feel like I'm reading for, and I want to remind you, Aquarius, if you're a female, first of all, you can embody the King of Wands energy. Male or female, doesn't matter. But also you may be represented by somebody else who hasn't shown up in the reading yet. Or you could be an external party, as I stated at the beginning of this reading, where you feel like you're actually cross-watching. Even if you are an Aquarius, you might be not directly identified within this reading. It could be energy that's surrounding you that you're not directly involved with. So this King of Wands is the person I feel like who might have the desire to make things right, but I feel like this is something that's gone on for a period of time. I feel like this is something he's tried before. This feels like a conflict within a specific connection or relationship. I feel like his attempts have failed in the past, and it's possible he has put this on the back burner for a while, maybe left it alone, but it does look like there is this desire to resolve this issue once and for all in some way, shape, or form. Whether this means an ending and closure, or reconciliation and making things better. I do believe that this King of Wands believes that the decisions he's made in the past, whatever he's done in the past with regard to this connection, have been misguided, or he made some poor choices, some bad decisions in the past, and I think that it affected this relationship, may have made things worse. So he might be hesitant to try again. He might be doubtful that his efforts will result in anything positive. I just get the feeling like this has been one of those situations where you feel like you've tried everything in the book and nothing's worked, and now where do I go from here? It feels like he's been kind of stuck in this mode for a while, and again, maybe has kind of ignored the situation for a period of time. But he realizes, the longer he ignores this, the more stuck he feels, and it's something that needs to be addressed. This King of Wands has the energy of feeling like he's ready to take action in some way, shape, or form. He's ready to make a move. But again, there's hesitation because he has tried things in the past that haven't worked. And it's left him maybe more perplexed than before, more confused than before. Maybe again, feeling like he's at the end of the line. Doesn't necessarily feel like he has any more options, or if he does have options, he's not sure what they are. Not sure what path to take this time around. It could be that he is considering an ending, something that will put a period at the end of the sentence. And I do believe there is a desire to open up the floodgates and get everything out on the table. In other words, he might be feeling like he doesn't want to hold back. He wants to go ahead and say the things maybe he didn't say in the past. Get everything out in the open. Leave nothing unexposed, so that there's no questions. There's no unanswered questions. That's what I have so far, Aquarius. So this King of Wands, he does have some very positive energy coming off of him, even though he feels like he's in a very uncomfortable or disappointing situation, frustrating. he still has some positive energy coming off of him. He may have worked through this on a personal level, and maybe he's ready to take action after recovering in the past from some grief, maybe some mistakes that were made, or some ineffective efforts in the past. I think he's recovered from that, and he's at least in the mindset of being ready to try again, even though I'm not sure he has any way to do that just yet. So let's go ahead and get some more cards on the table for Aquarius after one more good shuffle of this third deck. And we'll see what else we get. Don't bite my ear. She's been so good lately. She has not been biting me. She hasn't been sitting on my shoulder. She's been using her cage a lot, but she's been biting my ear this morning, which is a little annoying. Okay, Aquarius. So we have the Lovers again in reverse. Strength. The Moon again, this time in the upright position. Six of Wands in reverse. The Devil. Nine of Wands in reverse. Death in reverse. And then we have Temperance in reverse. So with the Lovers coming out here twice, I do feel like this is a significant connection to this King of Wands. This is somebody or a relationship that's influential in his life, and something has gone wrong within this relationship. Something I think that this king would like to resolve, but whatever he's tried in the past has failed. And as a result, I feel like it's caused him quite a bit of internal conflict. He may be troubled by this, and maybe doesn't have, at this point in time, any options left. Or at least that's his perception at this point in time. I think the thing that might be bothering him more than anything else is this idea that he has to give up, that there is no way to resolve this issue, that it's going to stay the way it is. I think that he maybe accepted this as his reality, at least for a period of time. It may have ultimately caused him more problems because he ignored this issue within this connection, this relationship. But the fear, the hesitancy, the unwillingness to make another mistake or to try again and fail, ultimately is holding him back. And Aquarius, if this is your energy, and again, I feel the King of Wands is the only energy that's on the table right now. So I do feel like I'm reading for this King of Wands. So I want to remind you, you certainly can be a female and embody this energy. I think in the past, things were left unsaid, and that may have troubled this individual or caused them to experience some grief because, you know, again, if there's a conflict within this relationship, it's possible there hasn't been communication. When you have a conflict with somebody and you get in a fight with them, oftentimes the communication that you do have is ineffective, or you remove yourself from the situation and then kick yourself because you're thinking, damn it, I really wanted to say this, or I wanted to get this out in the open, or I wanted to address this issue, and it just didn't happen because maybe you were triggered and you ended up fighting and rehashing past events rather than addressing what could be done within the connection in order to make things better. At this point in time, even though I feel like there hasn't been a lot of closure within this connection or this issue, I feel like this king feels like it does feel like an ending, because again, it could be a situation where this person has disconnected or is not communicating, or there's been a lack of effort, and so it feels like an ending even though potentially it doesn't have to be. Again, I feel like there's this desire to get things out in the open. Say things that have gone unsaid. Maybe reveal some hidden truths that are the root of the problem that have really been ignored. I think that happens when there's conflict within relationships, is a lot of times the actual root of the problem is ignored, and so that it can never be resolved because you don't address the real problem. Instead, you might get stuck on issues that just piss you off, or something that somebody said or did that made you angry, and every time it comes up again you get triggered, and then you rehash those past events and you really don't get to the root of the problem. And I think that's what's going on here, Aquarius. So let's get some more cards out here for Aquarius and see what else we get. Ten of Wands in reverse. Page of Wands. Knight of Cups. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Lovers for the third time in reverse. So this King of Wands is flanked by the Lovers in reverse and the Devil. I'll show you the cards here in a minute. Eight of Swords. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, so this king is definitely negatively affected by this conflict within this relationship. And again, the choices that were made in the past, decisions that were made in the past that led him to this position of feeling like it's an ending to a connection or relationship, but there really was no ending. And I think it's affecting him in other ways. And specifically, it could be affecting him with work, other connections, other relationships. Because this has gone on ignored or unresolved. The sense that I can't fight this, so I just have to leave it alone. There's no other option for me. I can't resolve this issue, so there's nothing I can do about it. He's trapped by this. And the King of Wands is somebody who is a natural born leader, somebody who could be responsible for other people, who makes decisions, somebody who is looked up to as somebody who would give guidance or be somebody that other people can go to for help or assistance. And I think that the fact that this issue has gone on, ignored, or was put on the back burner, or has gone on unresolved, has resulted in perhaps his influence with other people and other relationships around him. Maybe that has weakened. Maybe he feels like he's not fulfilling his obligations, his responsibilities, or he's become ineffective in that role because he's been unable to address this issue within this particular relationship. This feels like it's probably an emotional connection, probably somebody that's very close to him. And again, I get the strong sense that he just wants to be done with making some poor decisions, making mistakes when it comes to trying to resolve this issue. Whatever he's tried in the past, like I've said before, has not worked. And so that's got to be a frustrating situation, because I feel like this is something that maybe he's tried multiple different strategies, come at it from different perspectives. You don't have this other person's energy on the table. It's possible that this person has left this issue in the past, and maybe that's why their energy is not on the table. So while this king is still dwelling in this energy, maybe the person he's dealing with is not. And so he's stuck dealing with this energy on his own, because the other person who's involved in this issue may have left it alone, may have let it go, may have considered it a done deal, the end of the relationship. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse on the table, so this can indicate a family matter. Ten of Pentacles in reverse can indicate upheaval within a group dynamic, maybe financial issues, lost legacy, can indicate divorce, broken contracts. So it's possible that there maybe was a perceived ending for the person or people that he's dealing with, but not for him. So for him, the issue is still an issue, still something that is causing him problems within his own life. And again, I get the sense that there's this lack of clarity or unanswered questions or issues that have not been addressed. Perhaps the root of the problem really hasn't been identified. There's this energy of being stuck or being not able to move forward. So let's get this last round of cards out, Aquarius, see what else we get for you. Oops, now this one was upside down. So we had the Ten of Cups that was facing the wrong direction in my cards. I'm going to do one more shuffle. That's my rule. If there's a card that slips out of my hand or something's off about the cards when I'm getting ready to lay them out, I have to do at least one more shuffle before I can get my next set out. So let's go ahead and give this one more cut. Let's see what we've got. Knight of Wands in reverse. The Magician, this time in reverse. King of Wands, this time in reverse. Two of Cups in the upright position. Queen of Cups in reverse. Four of Wands. Death in reverse again. And then we have the Five of Cups in reverse again. Okay, so we have a Queen of Cups that showed up in this last round, and I think this is the person that this King of Wands is dealing with. This Queen of Cups has the energy of being the victim in this situation. She came out with this King of Wands and the Lovers cards in reverse. She's on top of the other card, the Lovers card that's reversed with the Devil card. So there is this victim energy about this person. This person feels significant. This person could potentially be within the home of this King of Wands, or at least used to be. If they're not currently in a closely knit situation, if they're not actually living in the same household, I feel like this person used to, or there is that sense that they're close in that type of way. It's not like a coworker you might see, a few times a week. This is somebody who's significant, so it feels like it could be family, spouse, or somebody that's significant to you in some way if you're this King of Wands. But this person has taken on this victim mentality, or feeling like they're the ones who have been hurt by the situation. Could be potentially blaming this King of Wands for the problems within the relationship. I think that the situation, at least at one time, has left this king feeling like he had no ability to act, or I feel like there's this with the King of Wands coming out here in reverse, there's a sense that he lost the ability to act or make decisions. Like his power was taken away from him. This situation has affected one other or multiple relationships associated with this King of Wands. This does not feel like this card is the energy of the King of Wands and Queen of Cups. It feels like this is indicating that there are other relationships or connections that have been affected by the situation with this person in this unresolved conflict. There's a sense that this Queen of Cups may have accepted this as an ending. In other words, I feel like this person is I want to use the word content, but that doesn't make sense. This person, but I'm going to use it just to get my point across. This person is content to accept this situation as said and done, an ending within this relationship, because this person is satisfied with being in the role that they're in. In other words, this Queen of Cups feels like the victim, feels blameless, or at least from this person's perspective. ending this situation as it stands allows this person to sit in this victim mindset, to remain in this role as victim and not accept any blame within this situation. Now, anybody who's ever been in a fight or conflict with another person knows that it's never a one-way or one-sided situation. There are certainly, ouch! Carmela, that is really mean. She just really got me in the ear. Normally it's just a nibble that kind of scares me. That time she actually bit me hard. You're being mean. Made me lose my train of thought. Sorry, Aquarius. Let me get back on track. So, this person accepting the role of, I'm the victim in this situation, I have no reason to accept any fault in this situation, I'm okay with walking away from this as it stands right now. It's ended, it's over. There's no reason to revisit this. I feel like this person has closed the book on this situation, whereas this King of Wands can't, because it's affecting his life in other ways. Okay, that really hurt. You can go on your cage now. I swear she does that just to get a rise out of me. That's why I have to, in my head, count to 10, because, you know, it's not like I can send her to the corner in a timeout or give her a spanking. And if I do react in a manner that she finds entertaining, then she's going to keep doing it. I think that's why she does it in the first place. Sorry, Aquarius. But my ear is still burning from that bite. I feel like this person's acceptance of their role within the demise of this relationship is a way of manipulating the situation, so that this king has to hang on to this guilt, if in fact he is hanging on to the guilt. And I think to a certain degree maybe he has been hanging on to the guilt. And part of it is because, again, I don't know that the actual root of the problem has ever been addressed. And so it may look like he is the guilty party, but I don't feel like that's true. I feel like this is a two-way situation, and the root of the problem has gone on unaddressed. And for this Queen of Cups, she's playing the victim card, and it's working for her. And so she's left this as is. She doesn't feel like she has this need to address the issue, but in reality, her unwillingness to address this issue and get to the root of the problem is actually manipulating the situation. I feel like this situation has taken a turn for the worse, and it was something that wasn't necessarily something that could have been predicted. But it might be causing bigger issues for this King of Wands than maybe he anticipated. And he's realizing he has to return to this issue and address it again. But part of the problem could be that you know, he's got an unwilling party on the other end who doesn't want to address the problem. And that all by itself makes it feel almost insurmountable. A situation a hurdle that you just can't get over. Because how do you address an issue with someone who's unwilling to communicate or unwilling to sit down at the table with you and resolve the conflict? I don't know how that's done. I think that's the problem this king is facing. So, while these cards are doing a really nice job of showing me the energy that surrounds this King of Wands and what he's dealing with, I do not see any solutions or outcomes on the table. Which, if you're this King of Wands, is probably pretty frustrating if you're sitting here watching this tarot reading for that purpose, to figure out what to do about the situation. I don't see a solution. I see a problem that I wouldn't want to be dealing with, but I don't see a solution for you. Let's see if this Dreams of Gaia tarot card gives you any answers or some advice for this King of Wands. So, you know, this is especially a troubling situation if this is somebody who is a family member, somebody you associate with on a regular basis or are tied to through family. Because again, obviously, it will affect not only your day-to-day, but all other relationships with people who are associated or interact with both of you as well. Let's take this card, Aquarius, and see what we have. So we have the emotions card in reverse. This is a potential blockage. We'll read it from the book, Aquarius, and then we're going to wrap this up. Okay, so the emotions card, the reversal is a potential blockage. It's about a page and a half. And I'll display the card for you in the upright position, Aquarius. And then see if this helps you at all. And then we're going to wrap this up. So here we go, Aquarius. When the emotions card appears reversed, it symbolizes the need to address the common symptoms of emotional repression in your life. Repressed emotions can have real and lasting impacts on the body, mind, and spirit. They can not only reduce the quality of your life and your relationships with others, but potentially even shorten your life. One of the most common signs of emotional repression is revealed in how you respond to the question, "How are you today?" Because we now esteem political correctness more than emotional honesty, most of us will smile and respond, "I am good, and you?" Even if we are emotionally broken and crying on the inside. Emotional outbursts and emotional honesty are frowned upon. Emotional honesty and sensitivity are seen as weaknesses, while emotional outbursts are a symptom of losing control. But controlling our emotions is not healthy either. We experience our feelings for good reason, and when we repress our emotions in order to control what we feel, we are choosing to disconnect from ourselves. As a result, we may embrace behaviors that can have serious consequences to our minds, our spirits, and our bodies. Unfortunately, our feelings do not change or go away just because we want them to. While we can pretend not to feel, denying an emotion does not mean we are not feeling it. It simply means that we are ignoring it, which can be detrimental. There may be times when emotions need to be put aside, but they should never be ignored or invalidated. Overeating, drug and alcohol addiction, pretending or denying that an experience occurred, any type of compulsive behavior, including compulsive exercising, eating disorders, cutting, hiding in the fictional realities of computer games or books or television shows, working to excess, avoiding deep and meaningful conversations, and hiding behind a mask of peace, love, and light, all of these things are behaviors we may use to hide from our emotions. We can use these behaviors to hide from our emotions, but we cannot deny those emotions or control them. What we are feeling will find a way to be expressed, and if it does not do so through direct communication, it may manifest in our bodies and in our behavior. Several signs that you may be repressing emotions include overreacting to minor issues, making external events and issues more important than personal subjects, intellectualizing and scorning emotions, brushing aside obvious disrespect or discourtesy and saying that it does not matter, when it should and does, delayed emotional responses, depression, anxiety, and stress. Physical signs include tension, especially in the jaw and mouth, and in the stomach, throat, and shoulders. If the emotions card appears reversed in your reading, it asks you for a little emotional honesty. Look within and determine if you are allowing yourself to feel or if you are allowing yourself, or if you are trying to control or deny your feelings. If it is the latter, now is the time to choose the healthy path of acknowledging, accepting, and allowing your feelings to flow. So here's what I got out of this card, Aquarius. So if you're this King of Wands, you might be trying to maintain a sense of control. And the King of Wands is all about leadership, right? He might be responsible for others. He might be responsible for having a strong facade, for putting on that mask that, you know, nothing can sway him, nothing can deter him, nothing can challenge him in an emotional sense. But that could be where the problem lies. If I were in the situation, and if you have the opportunity to address this problem with this person, if they're actually in your life to the point where you can talk to them and they're not avoiding you or giving you the silent treatment, which is obviously this could be potentially the case. Maybe you're trapped in the situation because this person just won't communicate. But if they are willing to communicate, you could approach the subject in an emotional sense and express your feelings first. Start with that. Lead with that. This is how the situation is making me feel. Obviously, if you start pointing fingers or making accusations, this person will be triggered and become defensive and might shut off and might, you know, not respond well. If you address this issue by leading with your emotions, maybe you can get somewhere with this. That's my suggestion and what I got from the card. So I hope that this reading resonated. I hope that it was helpful. Aquarius, I feel for you going through the situation. It feels very difficult. So I wish you all the best. If the reading did resonate, please like, share, subscribe. If you feel like leaving a comment, I always appreciate that in order to validate these readings. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope I see you next time. Bye, Aquarius. Take care.